What's good, YouTube family? It's your friend Lunar coming at you with a Jeff Sokol commentary, part 2 tonight. Last time we finished a little bit before like 21:55. I think it was 21:55 was the timer on my on the runtime on my browser here. So, or on my media player, I mean. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. No need to do any fancy dancy introductions. It's good to have you here. I will say that much for an intro. I very much appreciate your time, and without any further ado, let's do what we do.
So you're gonna marry a 13-year-old girl with her mother's permission?
Maybe when she's 16, I would do that. Why is that like so hard to believe?
Unfortunately, Jeff, it's not hard to believe. Prearranged adult-child marriages, things like that, unfortunately, are still quite common in the world. That's still something that actually happens quite a bit, and thankfully, it doesn't happen nearly as much in the United States as it used to. But it's still a thing. I'm sure you could probably find a child-adult marriage somewhere out there in the United States, and somebody had to co-sign on that. Somebody's parents had to be like, "Yeah, I guess it's okay. I don't care." It's not hard to believe, Jeff. It really isn't.
Why is it hard to believe?
Yeah, that can happen.
I can't say I've even never heard of it. Actually,
If I wanted to like,
maybe in other countries it happens.
rather than not break the law, that's what I would have to do.
You marry her now before she's 13.
Yeah, I haven't broken the law. I mean, so that's the thing. It's all like you speculating what I was going to do based on conversations.
You also drove here. You can just like have chats if you're bad enough.
So what?
You actually drove 2 hours. You're like basically my age. You drove 2 hours to meet a girl. Most guys.
Right, you're putting it all together, right? Most guys,
Most guys younger than us, our age, older than us, if given the opportunity, they might get in the car on a Saturday night and drive 2 hours if they think they're going to find, something that feels good at the end of the rainbow. But are they just going to do it to actually meet somebody?
Most guys. So you're saying most guys. So it's like
You're driving from Boston.
you're seeing most guys.
Jeff Sokol's not like the other guys, He's really showing his inner pick-me here. This is just so frustrating to listen to. Gosh, I really picked a horrible time to start the video, didn't I? It's so frustrating to hear this guy try to downplay what he did and say, well, most guys would drive down here to try and get laid, but, I'm not like most guys. I just came down here to talk. And it's like, no, Jeff, no, Jeffrey, we know better, dude, okay? Detective Kelly is absolutely right. No guy in their right mind is going to jump in the car for 2.5 hours for a 2.5 hour drive, bring pizza and all this other shit. No one's going to do that if they don't expect to get laid, or at least set the stage to get laid on their next date, right? Like no one's just going to do that just to, it's Friday, Saturday night in the Boston metro area. I think I'll drive 2.5 hours to go chat up a 7th grader. I think, we'll see how it goes. Like, no, dude, no. Detective Kelly's going to bring this point up as well. Fucking 17-year-old boys wouldn't even want to do this, dude. Like, maybe like the more predatory ones, the ones that probably will grow up to be chomos or, whatever, then yeah, maybe they would. But like, typically, I don't even think like 16, 17-year-old boys would want to drive 2.5 hours to do a 13-year-old, Like, it's just revolting. And that's teenagers. Those are kids that are still in high school. They're still minors. You are 44 years old. I don't care if this horse is dead. I'm beating it again. Fuck off if you have a problem with it. You are 3 years away from her being legal in the Connecticut law or whatever. She'll be 16, so apparently in Connecticut that would somehow make it legal. Let's just completely disregard federal law. Let's just completely disregard the federal government and all that. That doesn't exist if you don't want it to, right? If you just pretend it doesn't exist, then it doesn't exist, right? Ridiculous. So she'll be 16 in 3 years when you're 47. 47, bro. Like, it would be insane if you were going to be 27, but you're 47 years old, dude. When she turns 19, you're turning 50. You realize that, right? That's not normal, Jeff. And I mean, whatever. If she was 19 and you were 50, at least you would be above the age of consent and everything would be on the up and up. But, dog, we are not talking about that. We are talking about somebody who is in junior high. Junior freaking high. And you're like almost old enough to be considering your retirement, or before you got fucked up on this shit, you know, you were almost approaching the age where you would have to start thinking about how you're gonna, you know, settle into your retirement years. Like, you're gonna be at the stage in life where you should be getting close to retirement. She's just going to be getting out into the world. I don't care how intelligent or how worldly or whatever you think this girl is. She is nowhere near on the same stage of life that you're on. Like, it is, and that's just, again, that's just like if we're hypothetically talking about him and her being together when he's 50 and she's 19. We're not even talking about that, though, for all intents and purposes, right? For the purposes of this chat and this interrogation and video, we're talking about a 13-year-old, bro. A 13-year-old. You jumped in the car, drove 2.5 hours to see a little kid. Don't fucking sit here and tell me you had no intention of getting laid or trying to set the play for next time. Like, bullshit, dude. Come on, man. Get real. Don't give me that fucking I'm not like other girls type bullshit. Fuck off with that, dude. Yes, you are like other dudes. Other dudes would jump in the car for 2.5 hours on a Friday, Saturday night, leaving a metropolitan city to get laid. Like, what? I can't think of many other things I would drive 2.5 hours for. Seriously. I can't think of too many other things I would drive 2.5 hours for except pussy, dude, or drugs. Whatever, like, shit.
Right, that's not me. Who are you? You tell me who you are. Because based on the text and the behavior exhibited, I'd say you fit right in there. You just happen to like them much younger than what's normal. Or illegal.
Yeah, really just, you know, talking about it.
Talking about it?
With a 12 or 13-year-old girl.
You can see that frustration.
I don't know you. I never saw you before in my life. That's a major league problem.
Didn't seem like it. Didn't seem like what? Just seemed more mature than that. More than, you know.
More mature than that. Again, I know I said this in the last upload. Again, I'm beating the horses to death that are already dead. If you don't like it, too bad. Go away. Fucking... She talked about breaking a phone because her parents told her she would have to switch schools. She talked about getting in a fight in the hallway at school because some girl made up a thing on some burn book app or whatever the hell it's called, and they were spreading rumors about a friend of hers. In what world is that mature? If a 30-year-old woman did that, I would think she was insane. But, it's ironically, for a 13-year-old, that sounds about par for the course, actually. For a 13-year-old, that all sounds pretty much par for the course. I would expect a kid to do that, a literal child to do that. But, like, what are you talking about mature? You are fucking lying to yourself, Jeffrey, and that is why I despise you. You are fucking lying to yourself. And you know what? Look, if you want to lie to yourself, that's your prerogative, but you're not going to lie to the rest of us, okay? And that's why your ass is on YouTube, hundreds of millions of views, or however many millions of views, and the whole world knows what you came to do, and you're never getting away with it. Fuck you.
Well, what? Like a 28-year-old woman? Like a 17,
Exactly.
Girl? You're talking about a 12 or 13-year-old girl, and she's what, acting like she's 18? Yeah, so what? She still tells you she's 13 years old. You're 44.
Get him, Kelly.
I mean, seriously, that's a major league problem.
A major league problem.
According to the law, it is.
But according to what you, it's not.
In my head.
In your head.
Knowing what I was there for. Knowing that I was not dangerous. That I was not a threat to her. That I was not planning on having sex.
You talked about drinking vodka with a child after you ask them if they think penis size matters, how many people they've slept with. Like, nah, dog. Don't come at me with that. I'm not dangerous. I'm totally not dangerous, man. Yes, you are. You were grooming her, brother. You were grooming her. I shouldn't call you brother. I would never look at you as a brother. But freaking, you were grooming her, dog.
Not planning on having sex. What if you just happen to meet a girl that is like, you know what, for whatever reason, she's only 12 or 13, but man, she's a pistol, and she's all over it.
Such a boomer thing to say.
Push her away?
Yeah,
She's a...
You would.
Yes.
And why did you bring the Cialis?
You know what? That was my car.
I don't care where it was. It was in your pocket
I mean,
all the time.
Yeah.
Try to apply that logic to like some kind of illegal drugs though. Or try to apply that same logic, like say he mentioned, like Mike Manzi mentioned smoking marijuana with her, right? Imagine if he drove from Boston and had like a half ounce of weed in the car and some papers or whatever, or even like just whatever, just a half ounce in general. And like the cop says, well, why did you show up 2.5 hours away from home with an ounce of weed in your car, or half ounce of weed in your car? Well, that was just in the car. You know, I always have that weed in the car. Like, you never know when you're going to want to pull over and hotbox on the side of the highway. You know, Boston's a stressful city. Like, what fucking logic is that, dude? Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Okay, so what's in here? Just I believe it said like CDS, either ibuprofen or something like that. You're like, yeah, that's all it is. And then we research it. It's just
Right. Sorry.
So you're not even. Why aren't you telling the truth?
I just got handcuffed. I don't even remember answering you, to be honest with you. But
no big deal. But it's not like you had some other medicine, like I don't want to pick out of the top of my head, that's like completely unrelated to any kind of sexual interlude. This is like right up that alley, right? It's correct.
it's something.
So the chat, the drive, the Cialis, the fact that for some reason you think that this is like some innocent meeting between a mature 12-year-old and you.
I carried the Cialis around, I just did. And, you know, I was living in my car and I just didn't know anything.
Does it belong in a prescription bottle?
No.
It doesn't?
No, it's smaller. I was carrying another 12 too that I put in there.
Right. You don't see a problem with any of this, like honestly.
I didn't say that.
Well, so you see a problem with it.
I see a potential problem.
Do you have like nieces, nephews, whoever in your life, in your family?
Yep.
I don't know their ages, but maybe some are around her age.
Silence.
Honestly, Detective, I do not think I would break any law to come meet a girl.
Then you are a fucking moron if you didn't think you were breaking the law, grooming a child on the fucking internet for however many weeks, asking about the, again, I've said it a million times, asking the disgusting questions you asked her, you know, asking her if she shaves her pussy, asking her if she thinks your dick size is a problem, because you're not very big, but you know how to satisfy a 12-year-old or 13-year-old. Sorry, we'll use your words, your numbers. You know, Jesus, man. A potential problem, right? You didn't think you were breaking the law. And you know what's really, another reason I say this guy's a jackass is because he actually spent time searching the law, looking up statutes. And somehow he thinks that just because he didn't explicitly like send her a dick pic or whatever, that's like, oh, okay, it's all good, man. Like, no, dude, no. Like, no, brah. No, man.
Honestly, dude, if you look at read the whole text, read everything, you can see how.
Yeah, let's have him take like a fucking couple of hours out of his life to sit down and parse through your disgusting chat so he can actually, you know, arrive at the actual meaning of what you were saying. Go fuck yourself, Jeff.
Scared I was to meet her. Just you know.
Listen.
Just the whole scared of the whole situation. But
you're scared of her for basically one reason, and the reason is that your clear intention was to have sex with her. Because if it truly was just to meet somebody, you wouldn't even be nervous about it. You'd be like, screw
exactly.
it. I have no interest in having sex with this girl. It's chatting. I think my right hand to God, and I'll swear to the parents, and they could be home for that matter. I'd love to meet them too, and my intentions are pure. Your intentions were not pure. That's why you had the reservations you had, right?
It was a new situation too, and never done it before. So yeah.
But you're 44 and she's 12, 13.
That there's all these laws about like, you know.
Thank God there are, right?
About minors.
What if there weren't?
Listen, I know what I'm capable of.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I know you think that I'm bullshitting you.
No, you're trying to.
That's the Alan Cherney defense, you know. I know who I am. Like, yeah, we know who you are too, dude. You're a fucking creep. All right, man.
You're
Jesus.
trying to like kind of massage the corners, but you know, do I think you're realizing and being honest with yourself and with me about what you did? No, I don't actually. But I mean, you're talking about it, and I appreciate that, but you're not. If you truly looked in the mirror and thought about what's going on and what you did tonight,
That's just because I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
well, if you want to,
And that's why we go. That's why we go this hard in the paint, dude. That's exactly why I get that on this upload tonight. I'm kind of going a little extra ham on this guy tonight. I actually had a great day today. I'm actually in a really good mood, but I just hearing this shit can kind of bring me into a headspace where I just get a little edgy. Because again, what he says right here is the crux of what I've been saying since the first upload and what I'll continue to say. He genuinely did not believe he had done anything wrong. He actually thought that everything that had happened was totally above board, that it was no big deal, and I would absolutely be willing to bet a substantial sum of money that he still feels that way to this day. Nearly a decade later, he still feels like he got shafted by the justice system and the media. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous.
if you want to keep it in the straight and narrow and say, all I did was come here and bring her a pizza. Yeah, I mean, any uncle, any neighbor, any guy could certainly do that, any softball coach, whatever, as long as it's kind of like, you know, the parents know there's nothing creepy going on. Yeah, in and of itself, is that fine? Sure. But if that softball coach or whoever it may be is texting all kinds of things about having sex with the girl and her pussy and and send me a pic and everything else, and you're only 13 and I'm 44, and then you research the statutes and you drive 2 hours on a Saturday night and you bring Cialis with you, and there's a reference to a marriage contract because that'll somehow make it legal. It's fucked up. Honestly, like, be honest with yourself. You know.
Your Honor, I understand my client was found in an armored van with multiple rifles, multiple different kinds of guns. I understand that he had on body armor, a ski mask, and a big bag with a dollar sign on it to hold the money in. I understand that he had dynamite ready to throw to the vault so he could blow the vault open or whatever. I understand he had the passwords to get into all the computers. But, Your Honor, my client is not a robber. Come on, look at him. You know, okay, yeah, he talked about it online. I know. But don't we all get a little carried away sometimes? Don't we all just get a little carried away and go on the internet and say, hey, I'm going to go rob a bank. Look at all this cool stuff I have. You know, here's a bunch of pictures of it. Like,
You can try to bullshit me all day long. It doesn't really matter to me. Most of the people that I talk to aren't exactly honest. But if you ever want to get well and maybe get past this point in your life and not be back here sometime in the future, or somewhere else for that matter, in a bad place,
It's not something that
like
I
seriously,
should be doing, and I've said that.
yeah,
I've said
that's
that.
a problem.
so if it's not something you should be doing, does that mean you've done something wrong?
Your first you kind of thought about this was probably the correct one. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is wrong. I shouldn't need to research a statute to see if I'm able to hang out with a 13-year-old girl and talk about having sex with her. We're not talking like senior in high school or something. We're not in 6th, 7th grade, right?
It's not gonna
You're
happen.
40.
It's not gonna
Not
happen.
tonight. You just said before. You if things worked out and you ended up having relations, you wanted to know kind of like
What did
it
you
would
do?
be illegal.
Right.
And that's what you told me.
Yeah, we wouldn't do it unless it was legal.
You wouldn't do it. So the Cialis is just, we keep it just in case. And
That's it.
I'm driving 2 hours to meet a 12-year-old because I'm sure she's got a wonderful conversation and she's really interesting to chat to. You have a college degree. Where do you work?
If I was planning on having sex, I would have taken the Cialis at home. And just about to-
Oh, get out of
Or I
here.
know you took one already. Maybe you took one at home, maybe you brought another one.
Your Honor, my client is not guilty of attempting to solicit a child for sex, okay? If he was going to have sex with her, he would have taken the pill at home, you know? He wouldn't have just let that sit in the car. You know, I mean, it's gonna sit in the car all night, and I don't even know. It's Connecticut, so it's not exactly. It's October in Connecticut, so it's not exactly hot outside. It's not like the pill is gonna somehow become damaged just sitting there. But you know, look, Your Honor, let's not speculate, okay? You know, really, if he was gonna do it, he would have taken the Cialis at home, okay? He never even meant to do it.
Okay, so it was a phenomenal night, right? But for tomorrow, he slept over.
I told you I had it in my car, you know, when I date girls and stuff. So.
Also, if he only had one Cialis on him, that is absolutely, like, no, you're guilty as fuck, dude. That, I mean, you already are, one way or the other, but, like, no, bullshit, dude. If you only have one Cialis pill, nah, dog, that's on purpose, okay? Like, if you were just slinging so much, you know, so much micro sausage up in Boston that you just had to have a bottle of pills on you all the time, because you never know, man. The honeys just keep throwing themselves at me. I don't know what to do. Like, if that was really going on, you'd have the damn bottle in there, or you'd have more than one pill. All right, you only bring one pill. Speaking as someone who used to party quite a bit a long time ago, like, if I only showed up to a spot with a very limited number of, let's just say, pills. I mean, well, actually, that was what it would have been. Yeah, I'm showing up for the party, okay? Like, I'm showing up for a fucking time, okay? Like, I brought some pills for myself, not for you other motherfuckers, but, you know, I brought some party favors for myself, and yeah, you know. Now, again, if I needed to keep my prescription on me for some reason, any of my prescriptions on me, I would have them in the car in the pill bottle, which, by the way, I believe you're required to do with a lot of different drugs. I don't know, but just so silly, man. The denial. I have issues with that, so I'm gonna play that part again.
When I date girls and stuff, so I have issues with that. So
You have issues with that, huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna dog on you for it. It happens.
How about, like, I mean, I know you're doing the texting thing. Were there any, you know, younger girl kind of adolescent pornography?
Damn, it just dawned on me. It just dawned on me. Hold on. So, in addition to the entire world being made aware of his insecurity regarding his penis size, we also now know that he suffers from erectile dysfunction. You can't stop taking L's, Jeff. It's been nearly a freaking decade and you still can't quit taking L's. We're going to play all this over again.
when I date girls and stuff, so I have issues with that. So.
How about, like, I mean, I know you're doing the texting thing. Were there any, you know, younger girl kind of adolescent pornography, either at your house or in your car or anything? Images, computer images, phone images?
You know, to my phone,
Did you send her pictures?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, me.
such as you? Like what? Dick pics?
No.
Naked chest? What? Let's see.
Just all pictures.
This is of her or just you?
No, it's just like pictures that are on my phone. Sent out a random picture today, just like took a picture of myself with my phone shirt.
With your what, brother shirt?
Yeah. It's up the bottom.
Who's the girl September 16th? Friend of yours? Girlfriend? Whatever?
Yeah, it's just someone that I was chatting with that sent me pictures on the same site.
Did she send you any pictures, this girl?
Who?
The girlfriend today?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Naked?
No.
Not naked?
Never asked for anything naked.
What a good boy.
This is in your underwear, which is fine, but is that going, it's not going to her?
I don't know what else, I don't know anything else. Should have sent that to the girl I was dating that was 41. As a joke.
As a joke? Is that how low your confidence is, dude? I mean, I guess I can see why. I guess I get it.
Love yours?
Mm-hmm.
With the kids? But if you took yourself out of it a little bit, like right now, I'm sure you can understand why not only it's illegal, but it's just like flat wrong that anybody our age would be doing something like this. I mean, you're looking at it with this puzzled look like it's not a big deal.
No,
I don't even know you, but I feel bad that you're not somehow comprehending it. It's like so wrong, it's not even, you can't even discuss it. And if you actually think it's okay, or even kind of okay, or situationally okay, it's like you need serious help, honestly. You really do. Because that's just fucked up.
I'm not saying that it's okay. I never said that. I was saying
Well,
that my intentions were
what, pure?
my intentions were never to violate her, other than being in their presence.
I don't think he understands what that means. I genuinely do not think he understands what it means to violate someone. You already violated her when you were asking the questions you were asking. You already violated her when you attempted to groom her. You already violated her getting in the car, driving down there to see her, walking in, asking for your hug. Hey, let me get a hug. Oh no. Like, you've already violated this girl on multiple freaking levels. And who cares if you didn't bone her on that particular night that you showed up, right? You were clearly trying to set the play for another date so you could fuck her there. You even said it yourself that down the road you would try to get with her when she's 16. Which again, by the way, even if that's legal in Connecticut, which I don't know that it is, whatever, it's not legal federally. So you would still be violating the law and you would still be violating her. A 47-year-old man, no. Jeff just doesn't get it. His idea of someone being violated is like, a sort of like violent physical sexual assault. It's not just like, a statutory rape or grooming someone so you could, attempt to statutory rape them. Like, no. To Jeff, his only idea of violating a young girl would be forcible sex. And he just straight up doesn't get it. And this is honestly, now I am going to get slightly political here, and too bad if it offends you, because I don't care. We need way better consent education in the schools. We absolutely do. We need far better education for the kids to let them know what consent really looks like. Not just so that they don't grow up into the monsters like Jeff and attempt to statutory rape kids when they're older, but also so they can protect themselves. Because this kind of thing happens to kids every fucking day. This kind of thing happens around the clock every single day. And a lot of kids don't know any better because nobody has taken the time to educate them and let them know, like, hey, no, it's a major league problem if some grown-ass man is asking you if you shave your private parts or if you've had sex before. Like, if that's happening, you need to report that guy. Like, so we 100% need better sex ed in the schools in this country, and it needs to cover consent. Consent, I really feel like that's something that gets grossly glossed over in our culture, unfortunately. Political rant over.
That, like, obviously, it's like a back and forth that you guys would never know because you're not inside my head.
Thank God. Thank the fucking Lord.
No, I know, but I'm going by the only way I know you is I'm going through the chat, your actions today, what you said. Like, what am I supposed to go by? Something else? You know what I mean? Like, how can you judge me other than what we're talking about right now?
Yeah, like, I thought, like...
Not me either, right? So.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I don't want you to look at my client negatively. Yes, he's alleged to have robbed a bank. Okay, yeah, whatever. But he's actually a really nice guy in his personal life. I mean, have you ever stopped to consider why he might have allegedly tried to rob a bank? Well, he was going to give that money to charity. That's what my client does, ladies and gentlemen. My client over here is a philanthropist. He just happens to be broke at the time, at the moment, and God bless him, It happens, right? We all run into problems with money. But I guarantee you, folks, even if, which he did not attempt to rob the bank, but if he did, it only would have been for the purposes of granting money to charity, giving money to charity. to feed the homeless.
How do you, when you,
What? I have no idea what this is. It's kind of a
How do you-
mental video, I guess. How do I what?
so when you catch these, whatever you want to call them, sex, you know, you
Internet sex predators. That's what you're called, Jeff. You seem to have trouble getting the words out. Let me tell you what you are. An internet sex predator.
catch these people.
These people. Yeah, I'm not like the other preds. Fuck off, dude.
Being with minors.
Yeah, like we go to you.
Right. So you know, you got me in the house and everything, and I just like, I had no idea what was going on. You always do it like that?
Always? No, there's all kinds of ways things like this come to light. There's times when
That question just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like when Jim Roush says to the detectives in his case, in his interrogation, you know, do you guys do this every night? And it was even crazier with him because he sounded like he was attempting to come off like genuinely aggrieved at the fact that they were conducting stings. You know, how often are you doing? Do you do this every night? We're gonna watch Jim one day too. Trust me, because I have a fuck ton of stuff to say about that guy too.
something like this happens, and there's times when a parent calls because I just caught my 15-year-old daughter or whatever texting some guy who says he's 30, come to find out he's 44 or whatever. And, you know, they want the guy arrested for statutory rape, and...
See, I thought it was against the law to have sex, to actually have sex, and then like, let's say I had sex tonight, and then somebody found out that I was with her, and, you know, they did some sort of,
Why would we want to wait until that happens?
I don't know, I mean,
It's kind of like saying, well, wait till the guy like robs the bank before you move in. No, if we have probable cause to believe that these guys are about to rob a bank, why not put the freaking teller's lives and innocent people in jeopardy? Or in this case, the girl in the kitchen with a hat on. I'm gonna let you grope her and feel her up and take your clothes off so that what? I have a stronger case? Fuck that. You know what I mean? They ain't happening.
Straight up, dude. Chad Detective Kelly right here. Just an absolute Chad. Just laying down the law, man. I don't even got anything to add to that except to call him a Chad.
this is, you know, the problem in society, you know.
What's the problem?
That law enforcement looks at, well, all kinds of people just think that men are pigs and all they want is sex.
I never said that.
It's not what society thinks, that men are just like mindless troglodytes walking around, you know, just like gorillas in the or like cavemen, you know, Neanderthals. Me fuck, like me hungry, me eat, then fuck. Like, no, dude, society doesn't think of us that way. But you know who they do think of like that? That are pigs that only want to have sex? Sex predators. You know, the kinds that go on a chat app, some random thing I've never even heard of called Wire Club, or hadn't heard of prior to this. You guys who go onto a chat app and solicit children for sex. Yeah, we tend to look at you like you're pigs. That's why you're on that damn registry. It's a shame you're gonna come off of it someday.
That's what you're making out.
This guy should be on the registry. Actually, this guy should be in prison for life. But if nothing else, the fact that he is off the registry before the end of this decade is a gross injustice. It's a gross injustice to all potential sex assault victims. It's a gross oversight on the part of the government here. I really.
That's what you're making it out to be. You're basically saying that it's not humanly possible for me to hang out with this girl and not have sex with her tonight.
I didn't say it's not humanly possible. It's certainly possible that you could have drove down here after you had this sexually kind of charged discussion, and maybe you're respectful, maybe you're like not some really aggressive guy. She says, "Oh, I'm not feeling it tonight." And you're like, "Okay, now I'm gonna come back another time." But really, your intention was Cialis, a lot of this discussion, marriage contract to make it legal. Why would I wait till, how am I going to take this on, do this for? I'm going to do this for months and months and months?
Exactly. Do they have to wait until you are actually physically having sex with her before they can prosecute you? Is that what goes on in your tiny little mind? Like, okay, well, I'm perfectly fine as long as they don't see me inserting myself in her. I will. Everything will be okay. Like,
when, like, God forbid, you like actually attack this girl, and nobody's there to protect her. No, but you're making it sound like you talked about, you know, a shared love of music or something else.
We're just talking about
Boston.
we're talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're also talking about sex with a 12 or freaking 13-year-old girl. It's fucked up.
Sex is a part of life. People talk about sex.
I want to reach through this fucking computer screen and punch this guy. Okay, you're like, yeah, you're right. Sex is a part of life. People talk about sex. True that. Adults are supposed to talk about sex with other adults. Unless they're being put in a position where they're supposed to provide some form of education, adults have no business asking children. Well, actually, even if you're an educator, you have like a sex ed teacher, you have zero business asking the kind of questions that Jeff was asking. But again, like, people talk about sex, but adults are supposed to talk about it with other adults. Not like, you know, oh, wow, I'm 44, so let me ask this little teenage girl if she's a virgin or if she shaves her pussy or thinks dick size matters. You know, that won't be a problem. This call is about the pizza, by the way. The call that Kelly just got is 100% about the pizza.
You get Chuck or something in the area. I'll do whatever you want with it. Okay, thanks. Oh, what are you talking about? No, I don't think it's cool. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't care. Maybe bounce up a Tony or something if you want.
Yeah, I hope that phone call's about the pizza. I hope it's not about the Cialis. That would be weird.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it really is like what's your passcode?
4172.
It is a serious problem you have. Because you're still kind of acting like, we had a guy earlier today, he's in tears and shaking. Because he knows it's wrong. He feels like emotionally, mentally, you know, kind of unstable, totally apologetic, similar situation. And, but at least I felt like he was kind of owning up for his intention. Maybe not necessarily today.
Listen,
You're acting like you're still trying to turn me and say, no, we're just gonna hang out. What's the big deal?
right, because that was my true intention. So I can't. What else am I supposed to say?
With the Cialis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. With the
And that was hard to believe.
with the sex chat, with a long drive.
Why are you shaking your head? Why are you shaking your head and laughing it off so dismissively, dude? That actually happened. You definitely did that.
It's not like you say, hey, listen, I'm dressing up really nice. I'm going to take you out for something to eat. It's still bad, and I still wouldn't really believe you. But hey, you come in with a pizza and you want to hang out home. Parents aren't home. Make sure of that.
Well,
the first thing you do, you want to give a girl a hug.
If the parents are home, they love hanging out with them. Parents are home.
But you said
That's why I wouldn't come. I mean, of course it wouldn't happen because I let you in.
right. Why?
You know.
Yeah, we both know why. I just want you to know why.
And I'm well aware of it. I'm well aware that it looks bad.
It looks bad, and it looks bad. It's not just like, hey, we're jumping to conclusions here. This guy's a great SAT prep guy. He's working with this girl for the.
I wanted to see what you're all about. I honestly was not planning on having sex with her.
That is up.
Oh.
That is just that's the most perfect response to that is fucked up. Because it is. It's like just We're gonna play that back.
Yeah, he's working with this girl for the.
I wanted to see what she was all about. I honestly was not planning on having sex with her.
That is.
You wanted to see what a 13-year-old is all about? Like, what do you expect her to be about, dude? Like a boy band that she's listening to? I think it was One Direction was popular around this time, 2015. What do you expect to find out about her? Like, what? I want to see what you're all about, babe. Like, you know, she's 13, bro. She's all about, like, learning pre-algebra and listening to fucking One Direction or Taylor Swift and hanging out at junior high with her other 13-year-old friends where they talk about, like, kissing a boy or something. Like, that's taboo or whatever. Because, I mean, at that age, I guess it is, right? Whatever. Like, that's what she's about, dude. She's about, like, hanging out at home on the weekends playing, like, her Nintendo Switch or some shit, or, like, playing Fortnite. You're about, like, doing audits for a living, insurance audits. Like, that's... You have nothing in common, bro. You have nothing in common. Like, nothing. What she's all about... Fuck off.
Oh. You want to see what a 13-year-old girl is all about. You still don't see that as being an issue.
I can see how it is an issue for most people with a
Most people might say, at our age, hey, the girl's like 26, 28, whatever. A little on the younger side for us, but hey, I want to hang out and see what she's all about. She's 12 or 13. 17-year-old boys aren't even interested in her. You with me?
When I think condoms are not planning on having sex.
Well, you had Cialis.
I always have Cialis.
Okay, well maybe you do. Maybe you travel with it all the time, but you put these things together, it's not like we're making a big leap here. You know what I mean? But you're still shaking your head with your hands, your arms across, and you're kind of wondering, like, well, this is crazy. I just wanted to hang out with her.
Because that's the truth.
Even if that was the truth, I don't believe.
Not lying.
It's all
Have a cup of water.
yeah.
All right, I think this is a pretty good spot to stop for now. I definitely went a little bit harder on this one, but it's the utter lack of remorse with this guy that really gets my blood boiling. It's like he sincerely believes that nothing major has happened because he hasn't had sex with the girl. So as long as he hasn't had sex with her, then there's no problem. And it's just that lack of remorse really pisses me off on so many levels. If he would just take his L, if he would have just taken his L and just been like, yeah, you know what, man, I did something fucking unspeakably evil tonight. And if he would have just took the L, like, I could at least just be like, whatever, he acknowledges he was wrong. But, like, this guy is determined to fight to the end. That he's not like the other Preds. He's not like the other boys. He's gonna be good to her and stuff and treat her like his precious little princess. Like, it's so gross. Anyway, if you made it to this far in the video, I salute you. Just like last time, I definitely salute you. You have the patience of a saint. I hope you enjoyed the content this time around. Make sure to leave a like or dislike or whatever. Give me some feedback. And, yeah, Jeff Sokol is a pedophile. And I hope you have a good weekend. And I hope you have a good week. And this is your buddy Lunar letting you know that you are loved. Take care. Have a good night. Do so on purpose.